Courtyard Mob session 5. Today we're going to work on a little bit of lower back pain, tight lower backs. If you guys have been doing extra sitting in this time, housework, gym, anything like that that causes the lower back to tighten up, or if you feel any discomfort, today is for you guys. Yesterday we focused a little bit more on the shoulders. Today we're going to take it down to the lower back. Right, what we're going to be doing today, a little bit of side release, some glute release, and then some front of the hip release. All those areas for me are quite critical areas which can lead to low back pain. We're then going to go into some mobilizing for those areas before finishing with something a little bit different. Today we're not going to focus more on the flow aspect of things. We're going to be doing some specific work shown to be quite useful for low back pain. Right, so let's get into it. We're going to start off with some releasing. Okay, today I don't have my roller. All I have is softball, world's smallest cricket ball. Okay, we're going to use these two guys to do our releases. All right, so first up we're going to do a bit of a side release. Okay, so critical area I'm just going to show you here, just above the hip bone. All right, there's quite a squeegee muscle on the side there. I want you to take either softball, tennis ball, golf ball, and wedge it right into that zone. Okay, let's get into it. Right, I'll lie down on it. Okay, and what I can do is cross my leg over, favor it, bring my leg up to my chest. Okay, and we're looking to hold here for roughly about 30 seconds, 45 seconds. You can go to a minute if you need. Nice big breaths in and out. Right, it should be quite sensitive. Generally is quite a sensitive muscle when it comes to our low back pain. Okay, right, okay, next up I'm going to swap this guy, bring in the softball. Again, if you don't have these different types of releasing tools, you can use whatever you have. Alright, let's take this ball. Today we're going to work a little bit more on the side of the glute. Alright, so leaning onto that ball. What I want to do, come down onto my elbow and just rotate my hips to the side. Okay, so you're almost like in a little bit of a side plank. Alright, and I'm looking to get that side glute. Often there's a dysfunction between what we would call, or anatomically speaking, your QL and your glute medius. Often when the glute medius is weak, the QL picks up the job of the glute medius and often becomes quite tonic and overworked. However, that glute medius will still also be quite tight. So we're looking here just to rotate those hips and do some release into that. Okay, again, 30 to 45 seconds. If you find a sore spot, you can also just bring that leg up and down, pin and stretch it. Alright, next up, we are going to take that ball, move it into the front of the hip. So bony landmark over here. There should be quite a pointy little bone, front of the hip. Alright, we just want to come just below that. Alright. Okay, I'm going to lie front on. And what we do is we just work into that zone. Okay. This is the insertion point of your psoas complex. A lot of kind of controversy going about, can you release the psoas via manual muscle release? I guess the insertion point maybe, but I'm not convinced that you can get to the belly of it. However, we'll wait and see what research says. Okay, little side-on view of this. Okay, again, front of the hip. Bring that in here, and we're just looking just to loosen that up. I can also bend the leg up and down. A little bit of release, 30 to 45 seconds. Okay, so that is our releasing component for today. Next up, we're going to go into some mobilizing work. All right, we're going to start off. The first one will be a split lunge with a side bend, and we're looking to take nice big breaths in and out here. Okay, so what that looks like from here, if I was working on my right, I'll bring my left leg forward. Okay, I'm looking to squeeze this right bum, slightly drive forward, and then rotate over to the side. Okay, I take a nice big breath into this compartment here. Okay, you can take a small break from that. All right, and you can do these in sets. I've got here 5 each side, but if you want to do 5, rest, 5, rest, that's more than okay. Okay, so again, we rotate the hip, big squeeze of this bum here. I come forward, that stretches the front of the hip. I rotate to the side, which opens up this lateral complex. Big breath in. And there's our side bend. Next up, common one to a lot of the gyms. We're going to be doing a pigeon pose just to get some stretch into those glutes. Okay, so I cross this leg again. So hands on the floor, cross that leg. And we're just looking just to sit into this leg. Okay, should feel a nice squeeze and a nice pull into those glute structures. Okay, 20 to 30 seconds here. All right. Holding, breathing, kind of exploring what little areas need to be opened up. Right, next up, so we're going to be doing a little bit of a low back mobilization. So lying flat on our back, okay, hands at the side. Let's look just to drop those knees side to side, side to side. Okay, and I'd recommend we do 10 each side here, loosening up, getting those lumbar joints to rotate. Okay, so mobilization's done. You can do 2 rounds of that. More than happy you can mix it in with your releasing work. Okay, what we're going to finish off with today is a trio of exercises commonly referred to as the big 3. Okay, Stuart McGill came up with these exercises, and they are the template for fixing up lower back pain. They are the curl up, the side plank, and the Superman, bird dog, whatever you want to call it. All right, and that is hitting 3 aspects of the core. Okay, flexion, side flexion, and then hip extension. All right, so I'm going to show you these 3 and just work through a couple pointers on each. All right, so first up, we'll do the curl up. All right, there's different ways to do this. I'm going to show you the easiest one. Knees bent, hands to the side. We are looking just to bring those head and shoulders nicely up. Okay, and what's important here is we get a nice big breath in. Okay, and down we come. Next up, we're going onto that side plank. All right, you can start with your knees bent. All right, so just see that again, knees bent. You can have those legs straight, hips up, and we're just going to be holding it 20 to 30 seconds. Okay, and last up here, I'm going to show you in 2 different angles. We have got our bird dog or Superman, where I am extending one leg and bringing the other hand forward. Okay, different angle here for that. So I'll extend one leg, extend the other arm, back stays nice and straight, midline tight, hold, and slowly back, extend, slowly back. Okay, so 3 exercises there. Curl up, let's do, I'd say about 5 to 10 big breaths in and out. You then got your side plank, 20 to 30 seconds each side, and then your bird dog / Superman. I want you doing 10 each side there. 2 to 3 rounds of that for after your smashing and your mobilizations, and that should see you to some better feeling in that low back, loosen up that lower quarter, and feeling a bit better. We'll be back on Thursday, Courtyard Mobes. Have a great day, everyone. Cheers.